felt like it was my turn to chime in on all of the Dylan Raiola news and everything that's going on. And my take is that Georgia does not have a quarterback problem, with or without Raiola. I don't think that people should be worried about the Georgia Bulldogs quarterback situation. And it feels like everyone always is, right? It feels like, no matter how much Georgia wins, the quarterback of the Georgia Bulldogs is just under fire and scrutiny, and from its own fan base, from their own fan base is where it comes from the most. Be honest. I'm sure that some of you watching this are the culprits of just having doubt in certain players or not believing in certain players, and it's okay not to. There's been great players that I didn't believe in that have turned out to be really good football, basketball players, whatever it is. But the Georgia Bulldogs don't have a quarterback problem, and they wouldn't, I wouldn't think that Georgia has a quarterback problem if Ryan Puglisi was doing this instead of Dylan Raiola, right? Ryan Curley from Dawg Post here, talking about Georgia's quarterback situation in the future. A little bit of just general college football stuff because the world is changing, and that doesn't exclude college football. Dylan Raiola, at the moment, it seems like Nebraska is the answer. I don't know. There is no answer as of me recording this, and I'm recording this right before it's being published at 7 p.m. on Tuesday evening. His arm is generational. I said that on another video. There aren't a lot of arms like that in football. When you think about just super, super talented arms, and that's why people get ranked so high. That's why Quinn Ewers got ranked so high. His arm is sick. People like Josh Allen, obviously not ranked super high. People like Patrick Mahomes, obviously not ranked super high, but they fit that category of wow. Aaron Rodgers types of arms, wow. Right? Dylan Raiola, now all those people don't have the same arm. Dylan Raiola's in that category. I can say that because I went and watched several times. Yeah, it's real. But Georgia's been able to win no matter who's at quarterback the last couple of years because this program is rolling and it's a different football program. Carson Beck just helped Georgia to a 12-0 record. A 12-0 record when this team was obviously not as good as the previous two teams. It just wasn't. And it was still a championship contender. I still think one of the four best teams in the country. I believe that the Georgia Bulldogs should be in the college football playoff. That's a different battle that we're fighting over there. And he helped them get to 12-0, right? A guy that has never started in college before, obviously had been around for a long time, so it's not like this guy in Beck just had to figure it out on the fly. In a way, he had to figure it out on the fly, but he had been learning for a long time. Stetson Bennett. I mean, guys, Stetson is a talented football player, but we all know Stetson has limitations. And the dude just went out there and did what he did at Georgia, right? Because this machine is a machine with or without a superstar quarterback. Georgia's winning football games. And, okay, if Carson Beck was this super freak quarterback, would Georgia have beaten Alabama? Maybe that is what would have put him over the edge. But at the end of the day, it wasn't Carson Beck's poor play as to why Georgia didn't beat Alabama in the SEC championship. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my point there. First-year starter, dude goes 12-1 so far. I think he'll end up being 13-1. And here's another reason why Georgia doesn't have a quarterback problem. I think he's going to come back. That's where the signs are pointing. That's where the Brock Vandagriff transfer, it points to Carson Beck coming back. Carson Beck simply not having a crazy last two games between Tech and Alabama points towards him coming back to Athens. The fact that he didn't walk on senior night and that far ahead of the game points a little bit to he's coming back. The things I hear from people I trust points to him not coming, or points to Carson Beck coming back. So it's not like Georgia's not going to have a quarterback next year, and Georgia's and look, all of this is this is whether or not Raiola commits to Georgia. And part of why I made this video is because, and it's probably similar to one that Matt did, but part of why I made this video is because people are really freaking out about the fact that Kirby might lose out on this 5-star quarterback. Okay, well, how many 5-star quarterbacks have been successful for Kirby Smart? Jacob Eason, I mean, he was good, but he wasn't spectacular his freshman year. Now, you shouldn't expect a freshman to be spectacular. Gets hurt, never really gets another chance. Jake Fromm is the guy after that. Justin Fields, I mean, he just wasn't ready, and then he's gone before he was. And then you move on to JT Daniels. That experiment didn't work out. Brock Vandagriff is the backup to other guys. So the star ranking on a quarterback doesn't really matter as much, especially when you have a team that is so talented. It makes it easier for the quarterback. How easy was it for Stetson sometimes? I'm a truther about all this. What I want is to talk about the truth. And there are two truths with Stetson. Stetson is a legend, one of the best Georgia Bulldogs ever, was a phenomenal football player, and is a very talented football player. There are a lot of quarterbacks that are way better than Stetson Bennett. Those are both very true things. And there are a lot of college quarterbacks I would have rather had than Stetson Bennett. Right? And Georgia won national championships. It's because this program is on another level. And I almost dropped my phone. This program is on another level right now. Will it take a step back in 2024? Maybe. I think for everyone it's going to be challenging, and I think that college football is changing a lot. But just this notion that, and I know that it's probably from the few, but this notion that, if Georgia's missing out on 5-star quarterbacks, this program isn't going to win more national championships. It had nothing to do with 5-star quarterbacks in the first place. So that's my point there. You know what it had to do with? That sick front seven that they had. That sick defense in 2021. You know what else it had to do with? It had to do with guys like Brock Bowers and Jalen Carter and all of it combined. And the coaching. They can develop Ladd McConkey, Dylan Bell. I'm gonna continue to throw out some 3 stars, no stars, whoever. Ladd McConkey, Dylan Bell, Stetson Bennett. Just some of these guys are just not super highly rated. Javon Bullard is another one. Are you guys? You guys are catching my drift. That's not what's about at Georgia. It's about the whole thing. It's about the whole program. And at the end of the day, Kirby Smart and the staff want the people who are bought into this program to be here. And that's why he's okay letting people walk. And that goes the same in recruiting. If you're not bought into this, it's okay. You just got to let us know. Not to go back to Carson Beck as another example, but he fits this example. Carson Beck was bought into Georgia. Carson Beck could have left. Carson Beck could have left and started somewhere after year 1, after year 2, after year 3. And guess what? Waits till year 4, sticks around at Georgia, has a chance to go to the college football playoff. He stuck around and did that. It is about more than the quarterback. As much as this is a quarterback sport, and when I point and I do a lot of team evaluation, the quarterback is very easy to look at. It's very easy to have an opinion on a team based on how good the quarterback is, but that's not the end-all, be-all in this thing. And that's my take. Thanks for watching. Links are down below. I forgot to mention the links. EcoPoly and the newsletter are linked below. See you there.